Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about rezero. And this episode, again, an awesome episode, but this time we finally got an opening after so many episodes without an opening. And we see the full picture, so to say, as to what exactly happened in Emilia's past and her overcoming all of that regret, and some interesting stuff also happening in the sanctuary with Roswaal, Subaru, and Otto being this unknown piece against Roswaal. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, after last week's episode, with the way it ended, with Pandora being in front of the CL, meeting with small Emilia, which is still very, very cute. And we see that for some reason, Emilia is the one that has the key, or she's the key in a way for the seal, but she's the only one able to see the key. Pandora kind of makes her generate that key in a bit, trying to make her open the seal. We have Juice and Fortuna. Somehow they made it out from their fight against Pandora, well, the first round, so to say. Don't know exactly what happened. They either drove her away, or most likely she left just trying to get to the seal. She's very goal orientated, Pandora, but she also is not very bothered by what is happening around or people going against her. She's above everything and everybody. Vanity, the way she's portrayed, pride in a way, so nothing is above her. She's always above everything. That's why she's her demeanor and atmosphere, and especially the way she's talking. She also said something very curious, that Emilia is the witch's daughter. Now, that can mean a lot of things. Is behind the seal actually Satella, and that's why Pandora said what she said. But she also thought that Fortuna was her real mother, and we again get for confirmation that Fortuna is not Emilia's actual mother, just the one that raised her and cares for her very, very much. But now we have Pandora trying to convince small Emilia to open the seal, and I gotta say, Emilia stood her ground, keeping her promise to Fortuna, refuses to open the door. But Pandora kind of gives her two choices here. Either keep your promise and somehow get all of us to live here when our goal is to get the seal open and resolve everything, or just die. Honestly, how is she gonna be able to do this? Or not actually die, but mostly choose the hard way in a way, making Pandora force her by any means necessary to open that door. She was willing to do anything, she once said so. Now, she still decides to keep her promise, and like I said, she stood her ground. Small Emilia, very, very brave over there in face of somebody so powerful, and not somebody you can really reason with in the way when she's tunnel visioning on her own objective. And like I said, we have Fortuna being back, and she instantly just attacks Pandora again with no effect. We still don't know how exactly Pandora's powers, multiple in a way, are working, because she's able to negate anything that's been done to her and around her, especially the way she handled Cornelius. Every attack was just simply not working against her. She also wants she also wants Fortuna to convince Emilia to open the door. And for a second there, she pretended to be Emilia, or deceived Fortuna, the same way with Juice, and I'll get to that, by making herself appear as being Emilia, causing Fortuna to hit Emilia by mistake, not intentionally. And this is where we have a very, very emotional moment between Fortuna and Emilia, loving each other, feeling sorry for everything that has been going on, proud of her that she was keeping her promise. Also, a moment of silence, press F to pay respects for Archie. The poor guy gave everything he had for Emilia. And Pandora, even in the background, she was kind of loving their love in a way, kind of entranced by it, saying, I like this love. The I don't know, she's a bit, more than a bit, honestly, weird with the way she acts. She's very cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm curious, what exactly makes her thick? Like, we still don't know what is behind the seal. It could be Satella, that's my main theory, but I don't know. Also, even if it's Satella, why does she want her release so much compared to all of the other witches, which kind of don't like Satella at all from the previous witch meeting, so to say. So yeah, this is where we have Fortuna deciding to turn her into a statue, being determined to go against Pandora again. Juice is coming back, but this is where the tragic part happens, especially for Juice and Fortuna, because Fortuna gets skewered in the heart by an attack looking like the unseen hand, and yeah, it's Juice who mistakenly took her for Pandora, the same way Pandora manipulated the first time, convincing Fortuna that she was Emilia, kind of swapping their appearances in a way. She manipulated Juice over here, causing him to actually kill Fortuna, and this was the moment he broke down mentally, like, does not compute, does not work, everything more. He couldn't believe what he had done and what happened, and she still tried to convince him, you did the right thing, you did it for love, for love. She was the one that planted that tick, so to say, into his hand. Every time he was talking, everything he did for love back in season 1. So this was the moment that created the insane and deranged Beetlejuice, now that it's typed with a P, which I'm very, very sad about. Juice, he was a very gentle, kind character, and this moment broke him completely, which is very understandable. Imagine killing somebody you care so much about. Of course, you're not gonna be in your right mind after all of this, and especially with more manipulation by Pandora. Now, another very emotional and more pain moment between Fortuna and Emilia, with her kind of hallucinating a bit, saying she's sorry to her brother, and Emilia's mother dying in Emilia's arms. I was a bit surprised by how Emilia handled the situation. She kind of took charge of it. She didn't break down in front of Fortuna immediately, saying, I forgive you, smiling, thanking her for everything she has done for her. A very powerful moment, even when she was small. And this is where I still think that Fortuna is Puck, because after Emilia broke down in tears, we have Fortuna kind of gaining a bit of a clarity moment, saying, Leah, the same way Puck was always calling on Emilia, Leah, I love you so much, and then she passes away. Which, yeah, a very, very traumatic and very dark past for Emilia with everything that happened. So Pandora was the one that destroyed so many lives and caused so many tragedies, so to say. Now, Pandora again being just no empathy, no sympathy, nothing over there, no emotion, same as the other witches. They're just like forces of nature. They don't look at things and at people the same way normal humans do. It was just, hey, now that she's dead, you have no reason to keep her promise anymore, and I just wanted to slap her instantly. It just shows that they're not somebody you can reason with. They don't see the world in the same way. Like we've been told back in the first witch meeting between Subaru and all of them, how every witch also were personification of their own category, so to say, or their own sins. Pride in this case with Pandora, and Emilia also had a mental breakdown, just saying die, die, killing Pandora again and again, and Pandora of course negating that. Emilia is very, very strong, even being able to do that to Pandora, but of course Pandora didn't want her dead, but she recognized she kind of broke Emilia. She wasn't gonna get anywhere to this day, and this is where everything starts turning into ice. The more Emilia was breaking down with telling Pandora die, die, And she was the one responsible to turn the entire forest into ice, herself also, the villagers, the people from the forest. And we have Pandora saying, you're either gonna run out of mana, or somebody with the same mana is gonna set you free in a way. Now we saw the moment with Puck and Emilia when she got defrosted, and I still think, like I said, Fortuna is Puck in a way, or she's somehow has a big connection with Puck. I don't know, I may be completely off with that, but I'm still leaning towards that. And Pandora saying we're gonna meet again, so Pandora's gonna make a comeback, which is gonna be interesting. Hopefully not very soon, because Subaru and Emilia also have a lot of stuff on their plate, especially now with Roswaal kind of joining in again on the fun. But I'll also get to that. And Pandora was the one that manipulated her memories, like just to make Emilia forget her, not to hate her when they meet again. So that's gonna be another interesting reunion when Pandora appears again with Emilia, now that she has her memories back. I'm excited, but honestly I don't know how they're gonna handle Pandora, and especially Corneas also. How? Honestly, Juice feels like he was the weakest of the archbishops, so from what we've seen so far. Corneas is kind of invincible. The gluttony one, which I forgot his name, was very capable with fighting combat wise, and that weird way that his power works, when he eats you, you kind of cease to exist in a way, nobody remembers you. And Pandora, basically God, being able to revert everything and anything and change perceptions. I don't know, it's gonna be a hard fight, honestly, but we'll just have to wait and see. And I'm liking where ReZero's heading. Hopefully we're gonna get a season 3, but that's me talking about the future a bit too ahead. We're gonna keep that discussion for the last episode, which I'm gonna be sad when we're running out of ReZero episodes. Now, the curious thing that happened also was that when Pandora was leaving, she also whispered something to Juice, which caused him to go with her and have that maniacal laughter, again delving deeper and deeper into depravity, so to say. I got a bit reminded of Maggie with the balance between light and dark. So yeah, I don't know what she said to Juice, but maybe I would love more Juice backstory. He's an awesome dude who got dealt a pretty bad hand, honestly. I don't know, hopefully he's gonna make a bit of a comeback, maybe be able to talk to him the same way we're talking with the witches, even though he's dead. When he's back in his right mind, of course, not the season 1 Juice. So yeah, we have Echidna and adult Emilia talking, confirming that she has her memories back fully now. She went through it, the first trial is completed, coming to terms with her regret. I gotta say, I'm proud of Emilia, how strong she is and she was, especially during all of the moments that we've seen from her past, and the way she's handling Echidna. I like that quite a lot. Echidna still trying with the jabs, but no luck with the current Emilia we have, and Subaru was the one that pushed her to be more of herself, saying now she's able to get past that past and regret and wanting to move forward, even though she wanted to save Fortuna, spend time with her and loving her very much, and she doesn't regret the choice she made. She just regrets the way it ended and her not being able to do more. But what could she have done in that situation? She was just a small kid facing something that, how? Not even adults were able to handle Pandora. What could she have done? But you can understand wanting to do more, especially with that tragic past. Now, she also wants to save the villagers, thaw them out in a way. Is she gonna be able to do it? Honestly, don't know. I hope so. So this might be the next journey ahead for Subaru and Emilia once everything is solved. Hopefully everything is solved. We'll have to wait and see. And the black snake, we get confirmation that is in the forest, so that's gonna be interesting. We still have the rabbit. I don't know, the future is looking pretty grim, so to say. And Echidna, again, not liking Emilia. She kind of hates her, actually hates her quite a lot. Doesn't like that she's so selfish, wanting to save the people from the village and willing to go through with it. Also 2 trials are left, that's gonna be interesting. But even Echidna says, the way you are now, they're not gonna pose a challenge for you. And I still hate you. But yeah, the next 2 trials are gonna be interesting for Emilia. And she's out, finally passing the first trial. The past 3 episodes, so to say, were very revealing, especially about Emilia, Beetlejuice, the information drops we've had, so many stuff going on. You can categorize these past few episodes like a movie, honestly, especially previous episode. Now we have Emilia waking up, thanking Subaru for everything he did for her, especially for the writings, messagings in the temple. And she's finally letting her emotions out, crying, grieving her mother and everything she witnessed after being so strong against Echidna also and facing her own past. So yeah, I'm proud of Emilia and I like this new side of her, being stronger and not a crybaby the way Fortuna called her, even though she has a lot of stuff to cry about. Now, we see that the Ryuzu clones also told something very important to Subaru. I'll get to that also. They have to get some rest now. And we have Ram being Ram again, teasing all of the boys, honestly. Now, I don't know where this is gonna go, because this is like the wild card of this episode. We have the group, as in Otto, Garfield, which is part of the boys now, and Subaru, going back to talk with Roswaal, who's kind of joining in again in this arena in a way, with his fight against Subaru and the bet they made, back in his makeup. Now, Otto kind of made an impression on Roswaal this time, because Otto is not part of the future predictions. Even Roswaal has some concerns about him. And yeah, Otto played a very big part, and his best boy alongside with Garfield. He was the one that helped Subaru every time with everything he could, and especially I like his past also, and their teasing back and forth, which we get more in this episode. But yeah, Roswaal has taken notice of Otto. Now, I don't know what it means, since he's not part of this prediction, the unknown piece. Even Roswaal called him that. So he's gonna play an important role moving forward. And he was the one that allowed Subaru to advance, in a way. Now, I don't know, what does this mean? Do you guys have any theories? Especially with Otto's power, being able to talk to animals, and the way he's always there for Subaru is gonna be interesting. Now, Subaru wants Roswaal to surrender, because the important thing that he got from the Ryuzu clones, the real reason for the sanctuary. Now, we don't know all of the details. That's gonna be interesting also, and especially the flashback we saw at the beginning of the previous episode with the Echidna, Beatrice, the original Ryuzu. There's a lot more going on there. Now that Emilia also has all of her memories back, still have to deal with the rabbits, deal with Elsa, and the weird lolly that's able to manipulate beasts, which I forgot her name, honestly. That's gonna be interesting, but Otto is on Roswaal's radar now. A lot of stuff. Now, my biggest question, which there are a lot from this episode: where is Subaru's checkpoint? Because it would suck if he missed all of this progress, especially with Emilia, the keys he's confession again, his friendship with Otto, his new friendship now with Garfield. I don't know. I hope he advanced his checkpoint, honestly, because he's made so much progress on it, especially in the sanctuary side. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting when he next dies. We still have the mansion to deal with. A lot of stuff going on, but rezero delivers again on an amazing episode. I'm excited for next episode. Now, I leave all the questions and opinions to you guys. I'm curious what you guys think about this episode and the conclusion of the first trial in a way, and the future of what we can expect moving forward. Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. It means a lot to me. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps me quite a lot. And I'll see you again on the next one. Keep enjoying rezero. Bye bye.